All right, folks. Now, if a dollar made you holla, I don't even want to know what you guys are going to be doing with a $3 XRP. But here we are, folks. In today's update, we're going to talk about the insane demand that is still present and growing for XRP, the new phase for XRP that Ripple is now introducing, and then we're also going to give you the update on the CPI lie. Yes, inflation is going back up, but thankfully, our XRP is outpacing the pace of inflation by a lot. That's very good. Now let's get right into it. Everything's at my website, ZachRector.com. New merch should be live here shortly. I'm rocking it right now. You guys already know the deal. Let's get it going. Now remember, let's take a moment of silence. Remember when they said that it had to go back to 80 cents? Yeah. How are those guys doing? Neats bucks. They called it a dead coin, dino coin, never seeing a dollar, scam, centralized, vaporware, security, exit liquidity, shitcoin, joke, not real crypto, banker's coin, banks will never use it, marketing scheme, fraud, not in Ripple's plans, delisted, still standing, still here. And like I said, if the dollar made you holla, you got a few bucks for your XRP, over $4 Canadian. I don't know where we're at with the Aussie bucks. Let me know for our international audience, how many of your funny fiat money dollars does it take to get you one XRP? Let me know. Now, Poloniex Exchange putting out this tweet, XRP Ripple price hits a new all-time high of $3. Now, this is not true. Maybe on their exchange it is. They've been around since 2014. I don't know when they got XRP on there. We are not at an all-time high yet, but nonetheless, I just am showing you guys this to show you that everybody is hopping on board the XRP hype train. This is not stopping or slowing down anytime soon. Dan Tapario, who did speak at Ripple's Swell Conference, he's the CEO and Chief Investment Officer, Managing Partner at RT Partners, 10T Fund as well. He says it's incredible. We've never seen an asset so hated, especially by Crypto X, that has absolutely killed it. One of the greatest returning assets of all time. Remember, it was 1/10 of 1 cent in 2013 through 2014. 99.9% were wrong. The market has been right. Our community has been right. We were the army. Now we're hoping that this SEC Ripple case is over. We no longer have to be the army. We can set down our shields and just be the XRP family and rejoice and start building, right? And rejoice in this moment that we've been set free and now get to work on building the applications, building out this new financial system with XRP pinning the whole thing together. The tracks of this new financial system. This is what we wanted to get to. We're finally here. This price action moving up is only going to bring in more attention. I talked about this earlier too, that there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. There's nothing that the SEC can do here today, even if they file this appeal brief, even if this case does actually end up continuing on, there's nothing that the SEC is going to win on. There's nothing that the SEC can do to change the facts about XRP. There is no putting this genie back in the bottle. And from a price standpoint, they're not stopping this thing either. Now, speaking of price, I'll show you here XRP 15-minute chart. And what we're looking at is on XRP's chart for most exchanges, we did get a pop up to about 302, 303. Let me know in the comments, what was the high that we hit on your exchange? I'm looking at the KuCoin 15-minute chart, and what you see is this morning, we popped up here above $3, back tested here to 287, which I absolutely love to see. And now we're rocking and rolling back up to $2.94, making another push towards $3 as I record this update, 11 o'clock on the West Coast. That's going to bring us to about 2 o'clock on the East Coast. Here's the order books, the exchanges and the volume that we're seeing. Binance still leading the charge at 2.5 billion. Right behind them is Upbit, and that's Korea. That's that Korean won. Like I said, how many of your fiat funny money currencies does it take to get you an XRP? I don't know where we're at against the Korean won. The president of South Korea did just get arrested. I saw that. But we got 2.3 billion worth of XRP volume coming out of Korea and that XRP Korean won pair on Upbit. That's not the only exchange, though, out of Korea with BitHump. Their pair, they're bringing in another 758 million in volume as well. Bitrue at 1.3 billion and Coinbase at 1.1. And as I've noted over the past couple months, we've just seen nothing but inflows on Coinbase. We've seen outflows from time to time on Binance and some of these other exchanges. But it's like the Americans here are just excited to finally be able to get exposure to XRP. They can finally press buy button on Robinhood. They can buy it on Coinbase, Kraken, all of the other exchanges. There's no longer an issue. And so even though XRP is nearly at an all-time high, nearly going into price discovery, you have the order books are still filling up with people buying XRP. And I'll talk more about that here in just 1 second. Inflation data comes out here today. The CPI lie update, we are now at 2.9%, which means that we can double that and round up when we're looking at the real inflation, but we'll take the government at their word, 2.9%. But when you look at the basic necessities, this is why I say double up, round up, maybe you got to triple up. When you look at car insurance, you're at 11%. Transportation, 7%. Car repair, 6%. Utility gas, 4.9%. Homeowner inflation, 4.8%. Rent, 4.3%. Food away from home, 3.6%. Hospital services inflation, 3.5%. Headline CPI inflation is at a 5-month high, while core CPI fell, but remains 120 basis points above the Fed's target. We now have had 3+ years of compounding inflation in the United States. Consumers are still complaining about inflation. We still are going to be. And only fools thought that inflation was going to go away. Only fools thought or paid off shills, talking head pundits from Wall Street and CNBC who were doing the Fed's bidding for them were trying to tell us that the Fed was going to win the fight against inflation. It was an absolute joke. And the biggest bluff that we've seen get called out here, the Fed trying to lower rates, has been the bond market giving the biggest middle finger to the Fed. And we've seen those yields have actually spiked up while the Fed has been trying to cut rates. Bond market and the yields are going up, meaning that our cost to borrow from your mortgage loans, for auto, etc., credit cards, all of it, the cost of capital is going up. And that's not even tracked in this CPI lie. They don't track the cost of debt, which should be tracked because our economy runs on debt. Everybody, paying with everything with debt, credit cards all the way up to buying our homes with debt, right? So the cost of debt should be included in this inflation report, but this is why, one of the many reasons why we call it the CPI lie. But you're seeing here, what are you going to do about it, right? If you hold dollars, you know that the value is going to be destroyed, but I'm still holding dollars because I want to stay liquid. And there's some power to be had. There's a reason why they say cash is king. So I'm still holding on to cash, even though I know it's losing value. I want that liquidity. But then when it's time to go on offense, no, I'm not looking to get, 4%, 5% on a bond. I'm not looking at a Bitcoin play that might double up in the most bullish scenario for Bitcoin. This bull run, it might double up. Okay. That's beating inflation. Okay. But really, if you want to get ahead and if you want to create some wealth, you're going to need some bigger hits. We're going to need to knock it out of the park, or at least, get us a nice double. Maybe we don't need to knock it out of the park, but let's at least hit a double or a triple. And if you can, why wouldn't we hit it right on out of the park and knock the stitching off the ball, which is exactly what's happening here with this XRP play, up about 900% from the lows of this past year, compared to Bitcoin only being up about 500% from the lows of this last year. Now, speaking of our government lying to us, the SEC and their operation against crypto, come in and talk to us. Yeah, that's been the biggest lie. And so now this thing's all coming to an end. We have President-elect Trump saying that the SEC is going to be revamped and the crypto policy is going to be completely revamped while the enforcements are going to be paused. Now, meanwhile, we're expecting Gary to actually submit the appeal briefs for the case against Ripple while he's seeing Trump elected, most pro-crypto Congress elected, taking massive losses in the courts just this last week. Massive losses in the courts. And Gary's still planning on going through, even though the voters have given the mandate. We want crypto. We want freedom. We want a level playing field. You guys are out of control and have extended your jurisdiction. Don't take it from us. Take it from the multiple judges that have called you arbitrary and capricious. But like I said right here, if it does happen, if the appeal briefs do get filed here today at midnight, 1 minute before midnight, take advantage of that dip because it won't last long. You guys already know the deal. There is nothing that they can do to stop this XRP pump. When they filed the appeal briefs today, you might get a little bit of a dip, not going to last long. And we're watching. XRP just might pump all the way up until this appeal brief gets filed. We might go up above $3 for XRP before this appeal brief gets filed here tonight. I'm recording this 11 o'clock on the West Coast. So that's be 2 o'clock Eastern. So you got about 10 hours to go here. 9 hours to go before we reach this deadline. That's plenty of time for XRP to pop up above $3. And the reason is because we're just seeing inflows on these order books. More people are buying than selling. End of story. And it's absolutely insane to see that the XRP funding rates and spot premium still haven't moved. That's why I titled this episode here today, XRP Insane Demand. It is not slowing down. It's not even close to slowing down. And in fact, it's actually growing. This rally continues to be driven entirely by spot buying. See the second pick. This proves the real demand for actual coins. This isn't just another perpetual futures-led rally or a rally led off of leverage, manipulation. No, this is a rally. Unlike the ones that we see with Bitcoin, this is something different. If I saw this with Bitcoin, I would simply say we are going much higher. This is XRP though. And we've covered with the market cap multiplier, it doesn't take much coming in to move XRP up dramatically. This is much more dramatic than Bitcoin. In the stock market and the traditional finance guys that are looking at this XRP asset, they're still trying to wrap their minds around this one. But we still got a ways to go if we continue to follow this 2017 fractal the way that we have been. This was a great fractal comparison and it's still playing out near perfect. Another post here from TraderView 2. I asked if it would be that easy, and so far it has. I am not opposed to seeing some chop here, and I'll expand on this in a post soon. Not guaranteed, but possible and healthy. So let's take a look here at this comparison. This is 2017 versus now. We had 25 days of consolidating in 2017. Now here we are at 30 days, which shows, that it might even be a stronger move, right? That we're able to consolidate at this level for longer. We've been able to hold these levels for longer. The highest yearly close in XRP's history just came in as we wrapped up the new year and rolled into the new year, right? And then the highest monthly close ever as well, too, came in. So as I said, rolling into the new year, XRP was already in its strongest position with a looming potential settlement, or just the appeal brief getting filed just brings more attention into XRP. This, along with many other reasons, has brought me to the prediction that XRP was going to see an all-time high this month, and it looks like it's going to be coming in here very soon. Final post for today's update. If you appreciate what we're doing, make sure you guys have liked this video. Help me out by sharing it out wide, but stick around for this final one right here. This is important. From Austin King, who is the co-founder of Omni. Now, this is a guy who's worked with Ripple, worked with David Schwartz very closely. He's got a little bit of an inside scoop here on Ripple's plan, the new phase for XRP. So check this out. Today, JP Morgan predicted up to 8 billion of inflows into the XRP ETFs. That was yesterday, and we covered that analysis. I'm going to be covering that further, actually. I'm going to be taking a look at what it took for us in this most recent rally for XRP. I'm going to take a look again at the market cap multiplier and see how much we had in inflows and how much we got in market cap growth, to take an updated snapshot look at that market cap multiplier and just how easy it is to move XRP. What most people don't understand, though, is that Ripple is positioning XRP for an entirely new phase. Having co-authored a protocol with Ripple's CTO David Schwartz, here's my perspective on what comes next. The first stage of their strategy focused on offering fast, low-cost payments to acquire a massive base of customers from traditional finance. Now, having processed over $50 billion in payments, Ripple is entering the second stage of their plans for XRP. What does this entail? Ripple is now planning to leverage all those customer relationships to tokenize the world's traditional financial assets, right? This is RWAs, real-world assets. This will position the XRP ledger as the center of the on-chain economy by distributing those assets across all chains. But why leave the XRP ledger? Expanding these tokenized assets across all chains will enable them to capture DeFi market shares across all chains, driving fees from multiple chains back to XRP. It is our goal with Omni to accelerate this expansion across all other chains. What scale could this reach? Fees from DeFi and tokenization could easily exceed transaction fees by 100 to 1000x. This is what people are misunderstanding. This is just the beginning for XRP. As Ripple steps into this next stage, what should you be on the lookout for? Tokenization of new assets and expansion of those assets across other chains will be the key drivers of process. So he's kind of, working in what his project is and what they're going to be working on. You've seen that Ripple's also partnered up with Axler. Okay, so Axler is also bridging us to other chains as well. Looks like that's an initiative here from Omni. He's been working very closely with Ripple and David Schwartz. But what he said here is the tokenization of these assets on other chains, right? This is interoperability. And at the end of the day, it brings back more liquidity back into the XRP ledger. Prime example is exactly what Ripple just did here by issuing RLUSD on Ethereum. Now we get the EVM sidechain. So we can basically have a sidechain with EVM smart contracts. So anybody who knows how to write the smart contracts for Ethereum, they can now write those same smart contracts while using XRP as a gas token. So using XRP for gas instead of Ethereum, you might save a few bucks, might be a little bit more efficient, right? And this is what we're going to see just with that example is just one of many. Ripple's going to set the standard for tokenization of stablecoins and other real-world assets on the XRP ledger. But then, you're seeing these companies like BlackRock and others, they're wanting to tokenize. Franklin Templeton's a prime example. They're running validators for 30 plus blockchains. They're wanting to issue their assets on multiple blockchains. And where I think this ends up coming back to the XRP ledger is to find the best source of liquidity and to use XRP as a gas token on some of these side chains and through these various bridges and mechanisms that they will bring interoperability to these other blockchains that we're going to connect with. So I love the fact that XRP focused on payments first. Now we're expanding DeFi. It's a prime opportunity as we roll into 2025. We are not late at all. We were late to NFTs and Mickey Mouse memes and all that stuff, but the institutions haven't been able to come in and really, dive headfirst into DeFi because they haven't had regulations and laws on the books. So yeah, we missed out on like the meme coin show, the speculation pumps, the NFT hype, and now actually we have all that, right? Now we have NFTs, now we have memes, we have all that. But what's perfect is that we're setting up the XRP ledger, we're setting this up for tokenization right as the institutions will have the green light to bring in the flows of liquidity and massive amounts of value and liquidity into the XRP ledger ecosystem. So right now, XRP is going up simply off of more buyers than sellers showing up on these exchanges to acquire XRP. Going forward throughout the rest of the year, though, there is nothing but bullish catalyst for XRP throughout the rest of this year. The jump here to $3 all-time high looks like it's imminent. The prospect of us going to $15, $20 XRP looks like it's still intact and strong. And I feel very confident in how XRP is going to perform the rest of this bull run. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys appreciate the updates that we're bringing you guys on a daily basis. If you guys do appreciate what we're doing, if you could help us out by liking our content, sharing it out far and wide. If you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell. One last glance at it before we sign off. XRP back up to $2.95. Are we going to hit an all-time high today? $3.85 is going to be the official all-time high according to me. Let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate it, y'all. God bless. Have fun. We'll see ya. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.